Mechanics don't like when people know this. One can of WD-40 can do the same job as a dozen special products they charge you for. It protects, restores, cleans, and even fixes stuff they'd bill you hundreds to replace. I'm about to show you 19 WD-40 car tricks mechanics don't want you to know. And wait till the bonus trick at the end. That one's an absolute lifesaver. Trick number 19. Prevent rust before it starts. You ever notice how some cars just rot away from the bottom up, while others look clean even after years on the road? I've seen both. And let me tell you, rust doesn't start big. It starts small. A chip here, a scratch there. Next thing you know, your rocker panels are gone, and you can poke a screwdriver through your fender. Here's the deal. WD-40 is your secret weapon before rust even thinks about forming. That thin film it leaves behind? It's a barrier. It keeps oxygen and moisture from touching bare metal. And that's the whole game right there. Once a month, grab a can, pop off your hubcaps, and spray the wheel wells, under the doors and around bolts or seams underneath the car. Focus on spots where mud or salt likes to sit. Wipe off the excess. You're not trying to drown it, just coat it. Most folks only grab WD-40 after the rust starts. By then, it's too late. The trick is to use it as prevention, not cure. And if you think stopping rust is smart, wait till you see what WD-40 can do for deep cleaning parts most people never touch. Trick number 18. Deep clean and protect engine bay parts. Pop that hood for a second. Most folks ignore what's under there until something breaks. But a filthy engine bay? That grime traps heat, hides leaks, and eats away at rubber and wiring. I've seen engines come into my shop looking like they were dredged out of a swamp, and that dirt costs people real money. Here's a trick mechanics use before handing a car back to a customer. WD-40 makes one heck of a safe cleaner and protector under the hood. Start with a cool engine, not hot. Spray WD-40 lightly on the plastic covers, hoses, battery terminals, and around the strut towers. Let it sit for a minute to break down grease and road filth. Then take a rag and wipe everything down. Boom, the grime lifts right off. But here's the part nobody tells you. WD-40 leaves a thin protective layer behind. That helps keep plastic from drying out, keeps hoses from cracking, and makes future dirt less likely to stick. Just don't go crazy on belts. Keep it off those. Belts need friction to grip. Trust me, a clean engine bay makes it easier to spot trouble early. And this next trick is about fixing something most drivers fight every single day. Trick number 17. Restore dull headlights. You've seen it. Those foggy, yellow headlights that make a nice car look 20 years older. I can't tell you how many folks come in thinking they need brand new headlights for hundreds of bucks, when all they really need is a 5-minute fix and a can of WD-40. Here's what you do. Clean the headlight with soap and water first. Dry it off completely. Then spray a light mist of WD-40 right over the lens and wipe it in with a soft cloth using small circles. You'll see that haze disappear almost instantly, and the light output jumps up too. Now, this isn't magic. WD-40 doesn't remove oxidation. It temporarily fills in those microcracks and seals the surface, making it look clear and new. It's a perfect quick fix if you're selling the car, getting ready for inspection, or just tired of that cloudy look. But don't stop there. If you want that clarity to last, you'll want to see the next trick. It keeps plastic parts from ever fading again. Trick number 16. Quiet down squeaky door hinges. Nothing says neglect like a car door that squeals every time you open it. You know the sound, that high-pitched screech that makes people wince in a parking lot. I've had customers come in thinking their door hinge was shot. Nope, just dry metal begging for a little love. Here's the fix. Grab your WD-40 and hit every hinge point, top, middle, bottom. Don't just spray and walk away, open and close the door a few times to work it in. You'll actually feel it smooth out as that lubricant creeps into the pin and hinge. Then, wipe off the extra so it doesn't drip or attract dirt. That's where most folks mess up. Too much spray turns into a sticky mess. A little goes a long way. The cool part? WD-40 doesn't just stop the squeak. It keeps water out so your hinges don't start rusting later. And speaking of annoying noises, the next trick shuts up one sound that drives drivers crazy every single day. Trick number 15. Remove stubborn stickers and decals. You ever try peeling off an old bumper sticker and end up with half of it still glued on, looking worse than before? Yeah, I've been there. Heat guns, razor blades, fingernails, all bad ideas. You'll scratch the paint or tear the clear coat before that glue gives up. Here's the trick every body shop knows. Spray WD-40 directly on the sticker or decal. Let it soak for about a minute. That's enough time for the oil to loosen the adhesive underneath. Then start peeling from one corner, slow and steady. The sticker should come off smooth like butter. Got leftover residue? Hit it again with a quick mist and wipe with a clean rag. No scraping, no damage, no swearing. Pro tip: this also works on that ugly dealer sticker they slap on the trunk, or the inspection stickers that never want to leave your windshield. And if you think that's satisfying, wait till you see what WD-40 does to one of the most annoying car parts inside the cabin. Trick number 14. Get rid of tar, tree sap, and bugs instantly. Few things ruin a good paint job faster than baked-on road tar, sticky sap, or bug guts. I've seen folks take a scouring pad to their hood trying to scrub that stuff off. Big mistake. You'll take the clear coat right with it. Here's the pro move. Grab your WD-40 and spray it directly on the spot. Let it sit for about 30 seconds. The solvents in WD-40 break down that sticky mess without hurting your paint. Then, just wipe it clean with a soft microfiber cloth. For thicker tar or sap, spray it again and gently rub with your fingers. No pressure, just patience. You'll see it melt away like nothing. The best part? WD-40 leaves a light, protective layer behind, so new gunk doesn't stick as easily next time. It's one of those little tricks that saves your paint from a lot of abuse. And speaking of protection, the next one helps your car survive the harshest weather Mother Nature throws at it. Trick number 13. Clean and protect rubber weather strips. You know those rubber seals around your doors and windows? Most folks forget about them until winter hits and their doors freeze shut like a bank vault. I've seen people yank so hard they rip the seal clean off the frame. Here's the deal. Those weather strips dry out over time. Heat, cold, and UV light make the rubber crack and lose flexibility. But a little WD-40 can keep them soft, slick, and sealing tight. Just spray some WD-40 on a clean rag, not directly on the rubber, and wipe around the entire door frame and trunk seal. You'll see that dull, dry look turn rich and dark again. That's the oil soaking in, keeping it supple. Do this every few months, especially before winter. It keeps the doors from sticking, stops water leaks, and even cuts down on road noise. And if you think that's handy, the next trick helps when something inside your car refuses to move, no matter how hard you pull. Trick number 12. Free up a stuck or frozen lock. Ever gone out on a cold morning, tried to unlock your door and the key won't budge? You wiggle it, curse a little, maybe even try warming it with your breath. Nothing. That's a frozen or gummed up lock, and I've seen more people snap keys clean off trying to force it. Here's what you do instead. Grab your WD-40. Stick the red straw right into the keyhole and give it a short, sharp spray. The thin formula cuts through moisture, dissolves old grime, and pushes out any ice inside the cylinder. After spraying, insert your key and gently work it in and out a few times. You'll feel it start to loosen right up. Then wipe off any overspray around the handle so it doesn't attract dust later. Here's a tip most people miss. Hit your locks before winter sets in. A quick shot keeps water from freezing inside, and your key will turn smooth every time. And if you think that's a relief, the next trick tackles something that sticks even more stubbornly. Seatbelts. Trick number 11. Prevent battery terminal corrosion. You ever pop the hood and see that fuzzy white or green crud all over your battery terminals? That's corrosion. Acid vapor reacting with the metal. And let me tell you, it's one of the most common reasons cars won't start. I've had customers tow their car and thinking the battery's dead, but all it needed was a good cleaning and protection. Here's the move. First, disconnect the battery cables. Negative first, then positive. Clean the terminals with a wire brush or some baking soda and water until they shine. Dry everything off completely. Now comes the magic part. Give each terminal and cable end a light coat of WD-40. That thin layer keeps moisture and acid vapor from eating away at the metal. It also makes the next removal a whole lot easier. Reconnect your cables, positive first this time, and you're good to go. It's simple, cheap, and keeps your battery connections rock solid. And if you think that's smart, wait till you see what WD-40 can do when your seatbelt refuses to roll back. Trick number 10. Remove light scratches and scuffs. You know those little scuffs you get from grocery carts, bushes, or someone's jacket zipper brushing against your door? They make a clean car look beat up, and most folks rush to the detail shop thinking it needs buffing or paint. Nope. Sometimes all it takes is WD-40. Here's how the pros test it. Spray a little WD-40 on a soft microfiber cloth, then gently rub the scuffed area in small circles. You'll see those light marks fade right before your eyes. The oil fills in the tiny surface scratches and evens out the shine so they basically disappear. If the mark vanishes completely, congrats. It was just on the surface. If it fades but doesn't vanish, that's a deeper one. Still, WD-40 just saved you a trip to the body shop. Afterward, wipe off the excess and hit it with a little wax to seal it in. And if you think that's impressive, the next trick tackles something nastier. Sticky, greasy messes inside your car that most folks just live with. Trick number 9. Shine faded plastic and trim. You ever look at your car and think, man, this thing's starting to look tired? 9 times out of 10, it's the faded black trim making it look old. Sunlight bakes those plastics until they turn gray and chalky. I've seen brand new rides lose that fresh look in just a year. Here's the fix old school detailers still swear by: WD-40. Yep, that same can under your sink. Spray a bit on a clean microfiber rag, not directly on the trim, and wipe it evenly along your bumpers, mirror housings, and side moldings. Instantly, that dull gray turns deep black again. It's not paint, it's not silicone. It's the oil soaking into the plastic and restoring the color while adding a water-resistant layer. Rain beads right off and dirt won't cling as much. Just don't go heavy-handed. Too much will leave it greasy. Light coat, nice even shine, that's the sweet spot. And if you liked that glow up, wait till you see what WD-40 can do to bring your wheels back to life. Trick number 8. Stop seatbelt retraction issues. Ever tug on your seatbelt and it just hangs there, moving slower than a snail? Drives you nuts, right? I've seen folks think the whole retractor's bad and start tearing panels apart, and don't do that yet. Sometimes it's just years of dirt, dust, and coffee mist gumming it up. Here's the easy fix. Pull the seatbelt all the way out, every inch, and clamp it with a clip so it doesn't roll back in. Then spray a light mist of WD-40 on a clean cloth, never directly on the belt, and wipe the whole strap from top to bottom. You'll see the grime come right off. Once it's clean, let it dry for 10 minutes. Unclip it, and let it retract. You'll notice it snaps back smooth like new. What happens is WD-40 breaks down that sticky buildup and restores the belt's natural glide. It's a small thing, but man does it make driving feel better. And if you think that's satisfying, wait till you see how WD-40 can save your wheels from years of brake dust and grime. Trick number 7. Remove water spots from chrome and glass. Nothing ruins a clean car faster than those ugly white water spots on your windows, mirrors, or chrome. You wash the car, step back proud, and there they are, staring back at you like freckles you didn't ask for. I've seen folks scrub so hard they scratch the surface trying to get them off. Here's the trick. Spray a light mist of WD-40 directly onto the glass or chrome. Let it sit for about 15 seconds, then wipe it clean with a soft microfiber cloth. The WD-40 breaks down the mineral deposits that cause those spots without hurting your finish. For stubborn spots, spray again and rub gently in circles. No pressure, just patience. You'll see the shine come right back. Bonus tip. This also helps keep new spots from sticking for a while because WD-40 leaves a thin water-repelling layer. Your windows will bead water like freshly waxed paint. And speaking of shiny, the next trick brings dull, dirty wheels back from the dead. Trick number 6. Clean wiper blades for streak-free vision. Ever flip on your wipers in the rain and they just smear everything like you're looking through fog? Happens all the time, and most folks run straight to the parts store for new blades. But 9 times out of 10, the blades aren't worn out. They're just filthy. Here's the fix I've been showing people for decades. Grab a rag, spray a little WD-40 on it, and wipe down each wiper blade from end to end. You'll be shocked at the black grime that comes off. That's road oil, pollen, wax, and rubber residue. All stuff that makes your wipers chatter and streak. Once they're clean, take a dry cloth and wipe again to remove any leftover film. Now your blades can make full contact with the glass, giving you that crystal clear sweep like they're brand new. It also keeps the rubber flexible, so they don't crack or skip after a few hot days in the sun. It's quick, easy, and costs you nothing. And if you liked that little vision upgrade, wait till you see how WD-40 can make your wheels shine like chrome, even if they're covered in brake dust. Trick number 5. Loosen stuck bolts and nuts instantly. Every mechanic's had that moment. You grab a wrench, give it a pull, and nothing. That bolt's frozen solid like it's welded in place. I've seen folks snap bolts clean off trying to muscle them out, and trust me, that's a headache you don't want. Here's the trick that saved me more busted knuckles than I can count. Grab your WD-40 and hit the threads directly. Let it sit for a few minutes. Give it time to creep down into those tiny gaps where rust and grime are locking everything together. WD-40's formula actually breaks the bond between the rust and the metal, and once it seeps in, that bolt will turn smooth like butter. If it's really stubborn, spray again and tap the head lightly with a wrench. That helps the WD-40 work its way in deeper. It's quick, it's safe, and it saves parts that would otherwise need cutting or drilling. And if you think freeing bolts is handy, the next trick's all about keeping your wheels clean without breaking a sweat. Trick number 4. Prevent mud and snow buildup on undercarriage. If you live where the roads get muddy or snowy, you know the pain. Your undercarriage packs up like a snowplow. I've seen cars come into the shop with pounds of frozen slush hanging under there, throwing off balance, rusting out metal, and tearing at suspension parts. Here's a trick I picked up years ago during one brutal winter. Spray WD-40 on your wheel wells, undercarriage, and lower body panels before you hit the road. That light, oily coating keeps mud, salt, and snow from sticking in the first place. After you're done driving, a quick rinse with the hose and everything just slides right off. No scraping, no kicking at frozen chunks. This works because WD-40 repels water and seals the surface, creating a slick barrier between the metal and the mess. It also keeps road salt from sitting on your frame and eating away at it over time. Just remember, go easy. Light mist, even coverage. You're not trying to oil the whole car, just protect it. And if you thought that's smart winter prep, wait till you see what WD-40 can do to bring back your wheel's original shine. Trick number 3. Restore spark plug connections. Here's one most folks overlook. Spark plug connections. You'd be surprised how many rough idle or hard start problems come from nothing more than moisture or corrosion around those plugs. I've had cars towed in that wouldn't start, and all it took was 5 minutes and a little WD-40 to bring them back to life. Here's what you do. With the engine off and cool, pull the plug wires one by one. Give the inside of each boot and the top of each plug a quick shot of WD-40. It pushes out moisture, kills any corrosion, and leaves a protective film that keeps water from sneaking back in. Plug them back in snug, and you're done. You'll notice smoother starts, cleaner idles, and fewer misfires, especially after rainy days or washing the engine bay. This is an old mechanic's secret, especially for older cars without coil packs. WD-40 isn't just a cleaner. It's a moisture chaser. That's literally what WD stands for. Water displacement. And if you think that's clever, the next trick shows how it can save your paint job from one of the most overlooked enemies on the road. Trick number 2. Shine and protect alloy wheels. You can tell a lot about how a car's cared for just by looking at the wheels. I've seen gorgeous rides roll into my shop with wheels so caked in brake dust they looked charcoal gray instead of silver. That stuff isn't just ugly, it's corrosive. Leave it long enough and it'll eat right into the clear coat. Here's the move. Clean the wheels first with soap and water to get the heavy grime off. Dry them up completely, then spray a light mist of WD-40 across the surface. Spokes, lip, even around the lug nuts. Wipe it all down with a microfiber cloth until it shines. What you've just done is more than polish. You've laid down a thin protective layer that keeps brake dust, salt, and road grime from sticking. Next time you wash the car, that junk will rinse right off like nothing. Don't spray the tires, though. They'll get slippery. Stick to the metal. WD-40 brings out that deep factory shine without harsh chemicals or expensive wheel cleaners. And if that doesn't impress you, wait till you hear what trick number 1 can do in an emergency. It just might save your paint job. Trick number 1. Emergency paint protection hack. Here's one I bet you've never heard, and it's a real lifesaver. Let's say you're driving down a dusty road or a dump truck up ahead starts spitting out tiny bits of tar or road debris. Maybe you park under a tree dripping sap, or you get caught behind a fresh paint line crew. You can't always avoid it, but you can protect your paint in seconds. Here's how. If you ever find yourself in a pinch with no wax or detailing spray, grab your WD-40. Give your car's lower panels, doors, fenders, bumpers, a light, even mist, then wipe it smooth with a clean cloth. That thin layer creates a temporary barrier that keeps tar, bugs, and grime from bonding to the paint. When you're home, just wash it off with soap and water, and everything slides off clean. No scrubbing, no stains, no dull spots. I've used this trick on road trips, off-road jobs, even before towing. It's not permanent, but in a jam, it'll save your clear coat, guaranteed. And that's the beauty of WD-40. One can, 1,000 solutions, and a little know-how that mechanics like me have trusted for decades. There you have it. 19 WD-40 tricks mechanics usually keep to themselves. If you learned something new or saved a few bucks, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a fellow car lover, and hit that subscribe button. Now, click the video below. The next one's a game changer.